Oh, say, can you see my son's early light?
If you know that there is a hyena outside, can you throw there your baby? Tichimanyi, how would you disorganize the markets? How would you organize taxes? Why do you attack borders? This woman, Museveni should sack, transfer that woman. Instead of being executive director, Chisaka should be in charge of toilets. She said toilets. She is unfit to be a director.
Are you serious?
Yes. Ujoza abantu obagobye mu butale. Oyo omukazi Chisaka akolera ono muvubuka. Agobye mu wino. That's a good direction. Chino mutwe ku kiringo e bafu. Gwe mukazi gwe wepanke ku taxi. Mukazi gwe bakuzeyo gye wava ku secretary. Omutwe gwe tekuli makezi. You have an empty head. Nti buli taxi lete emitwalo 8 gendo zisabe nnyo. This woman Kisaka is like a Kisaka, is a bush, an empty bush.
I see.
You wants to be inside. Nti ninaka mwenye 10, nkwe milioni 8. Nyoko yampala sente zazigula. Fale yintweyo gwokola olugu.
Baziga zina kuwameka.
Ba uyo mukazi yetaga banaduka. Banaduka omutwegwe. Is unfit to be in charge of the city. He's worse than Musi. He's primitive. I don't know where he went to school.
It broke through the night.
Nitujja kukwata abakozi abo abajoze ensi tubatwale mu balalwe butabika tubagaliremu nga n'abalala tubawadde enjala babakolereko factorization obubino akanakalema akono omukazi wa saidi akabano bamole abo baitoke abajoze ensi bajja kubayoola babateeke mu balalwe butabika nga babawadde enjala babakoleko factorization kuba abakazi bano batujoze nnyo abakazi batujoza abakazi bwebafuwa mu cupa bwebanyala mu cupa batumasulira nebujunga nakalimu najoga abantu neyebamba nakola ati mwale nakwata emmeri y'abantu nti ayinayo hoteri even if you attack my son whoever I say woman who gave you money on my phone I've already conversations even those women who participated naba mwenja pata n'amajinja gabamalamu ebbanja ly'omwenge liggwa na mwenge abakazi bano nja barakako ate bagenda kunkola ki they failed to poison me when I was in state house kambakube omanyi babadde balina strategy tomukange akiru mutteyo omunzi tebana namwinja kutta abamwe n'embuto nziwanulemu mwe
Mbaniriza nateera mu kitundu kyaffe kino ekirala ekya programu ya mwenganzi eyitibwa Political Dose. Yenze Kanka Capital era nga programu eno ngikoze wamu ne mutabani wa Mole Namatovu Mirundi, Yosefu Tamale Mirundi Senior. Bwe mba nkola Political Dose ntambuli wamu n'omusajja omusomi w'edduwa ayitibwa Haji Binzika. Ennaku zino kyafuuse kya lulango okwekwasa ebizibu ebibalemesezza amaka. Banaye kubirako Haji ku namba z'olaba ezo asobole okubatereereza amaka nga abalombereddwa. Teweekwasa bizibu kino nakiri yogerako ne Haji. Abasinga muyina ebibakozesa ekyekizibu nkulombeddwa Haji akikumalira. Nate era abamu ebizibu bye tulina bya business Haji asobola okulombereddwa ebyenfuna byo n'ebyennyingiza byo ne bitereera. Justin Omukuyu muyitidde ku namba z'amasimu amu ne mwogera ebisingawo n'ebyesimanyi ebikuluma. okusabira muzzukulu wa Mole Namatovu Mirundi abeerenga asuuka. Yenze kanka kapito okubaweereza ndine mutabani wa Mole Namatovu Mirundi twagguse dda. Muzeeyi gye baliko ssebo. Siina bigambo. Abantu bakwagadde ate wiiki eno bawuliriza nnyo ekyekifa ku muzzukulu wa Mole era batuweereza obubaka.
You see, that's a contradiction. Junior's mother has survived 2 attempts on her life. I don't know why they targeted her. The killers of women targeted her. I destroyed them. Just got one number, used my machines, and I destroyed them. These organizers targeted her. So a woman called Zaka woman. They had established an office.
The one of one girl.
With the Pakistan. I defeated them. And the Pakistan is in prison. I have all of the evidence. My son was beaten by a goon called Diega under the instruction of Kandiho. And it was a bat, not a... So I'm going to deal with them. I'm happy. The president has initiated an independent probe. Museveni has Kandiho. But even if Kandiho takwatibwa, you pay. Because there's a money. Conversations, Uvalija, Motokaya Kabwe, the Chambulia Motokaya Black, I have all the conversations. They have put up an inquiry, a security inquiry. Why? I refuse to report to the police. I'm a leopard. How can I report it to a dog?
I see.
If police cannot investigate and arrest the killers of their own, Kawes and others, why do I take my government has instituted an independent inquiry, and that goon is going to be disarmed. Nankabiro has lost. Yes, so that's not important. What is important is that whoever attacks my family does not survive. This is where I praise God. That by VIP protectors, these are sharpshooters, highly trained people. But you find a man, instead of using his barrel, he uses a bat. He will recover. But for me, according to my tradition, I have not seen him. I cannot see him. Even if he dies, I don't bury him. It will be after 14 days. Have you ever seen me with such overgrown hair
no.
on my head?
No. Yours is shaving time.
I have not bathed for 9 years, for 9 days. But I have now received the permission to bathe for 90 days. He was assaulted, battered on Saturday. From Saturday is now when?
Today is a Monday.
Yes.
It's been a week and a few days.
So therefore, that's not an important thing.
They are now around 11 days.
Phone. I got the communication between the suspects. Between that, anybody who talked to that Guni Yiga. I have the video and the audio. I have it. He will be killed. Bamutte bwa Nankabirwa bayagala batayagala babadde bagala kulumba faamu ya Nankabirwa amakaga ndi mwekyekwesi nibaga no we should conduct ourselves era bajja kukitta yiga taliddamu kulinnya mu kibuga we bamukwate wonna ate ntekankubuusi. Do you know that I have standard technology in my village? The experts use bayinza bawe ekiri ate kinaabulirawo nekandako yennyini bana abaana bene babakuba
thunder. Lightning.
If it is true that Kandako was involved, because I said that President Museveni did not
order.
He ordered an operation depending on the force orders. The Plan B was initiated by Besigye, solely to security forces to get money.
I see.
Bali banoonya sente kandiko nani gwani yefu kandiko was involved amwefiridi maaso yefu is a general amwefiridi maaso. That's why government has put up, has instituted an inquiry to find out who were involved. And I cannot submit. I have evidence, I have telephone calls, I have called interviews. And I thank you very much for the support you have seen. It's a dump now. Muchinonyo wonna wekiri oba kiri mbiko ibya nankabirwa tujja kukijo nankabirwa tujja mukunamya oba kiri kufamu yakandiho abantu batandise okuwandika ebintu byakandiho ajja kusasula bwali bakandiho yaya have not made a conclusion. If is kandiko irupe the Baganda have a proverb ebanja ly'omwenge ligwona mwenge you attack maisani attack yowan. You are going to hear two tapes, recorded tapes. I've been saying that whatever is happening in Uganda is originates from the palace. Mbadde mbagamba ti ebizibu Uganda byeyina byonna byabusika. Ani addawo palace nga Museveni avuddewo. Tewali abo bonna Bobi Wine ani. Bobi Wine naye baali bamusudde kulaalira nadda naki n'ebirimba naye olutalo lwonna lwabusika era naluwandiikako bwe nti nabagamba nti Museveni made a mistake, made several mistakes. One, akatabo kano kankabajire one. Museveni mistakes, the emergence of the mafia gang. I have stressed that when NRA took over in 1986, Museveni found a country that was ready for peace. Rwanda had not been in such a political situation than before. Museveni did not find any such a political opposition from strong institutions like churches or political parties. Why? Because the two main political parties, the Democratic Party and the UPC had been overthrown by the army, and the DP had joined Paulo Muanga to join the government of national unity. So when Museveni defeated the government of national unity, he did not find any strong opposition in Uganda at the time. The Ugandans gave him a blank check. Museveni, I say, in fact, when Katikiro Dani Mulika tried to create anti-Museveni sentiments using his position in the Uganda Kingdom in 2005, preparing for 2006 elections, the Uganda overwhelmingly voted Museveni back into power. Today, Uganda has voted for Bobi against Museveni. What went wrong? The same thing happened when Dr. Kizza Besigye tried to use the same institutions. He failed. Mbabazi tried to use the Catholic Church. At one time it was mentioned that Mbabazi's mother was a Muganda. Kizza Besigye became Kizza Besigye, was a frequent visitor to Mengo. When the Kabaka went to Sese, he jumped on the ferry. When the Kabaka went to Ghana, Besigye was there. Why did Baganda reject these people at that time? Like past leaders, Museveni fears, in my opinion, Museveni fears organized groups and prefers to deal with the individuals. This explains why he did not use this rare opportunity to protect the interests of NRM historicals. He has defeated a government of an amalgamation of former fighters, FEDEM, UFM, Rescue Front. Museveni defeats a government of DP, UPC, CP. Mayanja Nkangi, the CP leader, was Minister of Education. Semoge, the DP leader, was Minister of Internal Affairs. Agula Wali, a UPC man, was Minister of Local Government. So Museveni swept, had the opportunity of sweeping the whole thing because all of them had ganged up against him and he defeated them. But Museveni did not take up this advantage, either to consolidate his party as NRM or to create a party. Because he found a refugee ground. Everybody had run away. I say, even when he borrowed the money power from DP, he did not prepare NRM historicals to take over from the Democratic Party after their exit. He at least would have created an organization for veterans to directly or indirectly influence political influence from the sidelines. Akati Museveni ekibi kye yakola bw'amala obbakuba ate yabayita ya elect money power. Museveni elect money power nti abapeasant beerwana b'omu Luweero bati basobola to make a good minister. Yes, but there were people Bamanya Mushega, Bakategaya, Bagundi. How could Chindu Musoki preside over parliamentary speaker? If you go to the annals of history, you'll find that Chigongo's parliament was effective. This is the parliament that put in place the structures, the formation of the constitutional committee, the what, the transition. It was Chigongo. Some Museveni would have identified educated people who would go back of education.
But some of the people, yes, I was trying to tell you also, yes, that some of the people went back to school, and including his brothers, attained the secondary education.
As I pointed out earlier, that the constitution created roadblocks to political positions like academic qualification, which blocked veterans, NRM historicals and the army from assessing a political position, yet they were still young. If the president gave me money to go to the university, if it was an NRM scheme to take people to university, because university at that time opened up in other wings, or the private where you can pay for yourself, as long as you had two principals. The university expanded. The Mayombos went to the university. Some who had not qualified went to. This would have been an affirmative action by Museveni himself, by NRM structure. We are going to rule this country.
But everyone who has been in the bush,
power.
Yes,
like in the CA, they would have told them that everybody who wants to go to CA must have a constituency. Nankabiro has gerrymandered the constituency in the West. There is no political organization that cannot prepare for its own people. Because we get information earlier. NRM secretary,
you create the policies.
We have got information earlier and say, from now where are we moving to? We are moving to constituency level. At one time, which money? Tekateka again, I must say, a simple wabing that I know in Yumba, I know Sicily. But Tekateka was the factor number 2, which means NRM did not prepare itself. But it was a universal. Uno, Kanubogeri, Yagenda, Nasoma Mateka. Mayombo went to the university, Nasoma. I went to the university, Nasoma. It would have been an affirmative action by NRM.
That would be established by Museveni, yes, himself.
Hajat, Yagenda Nasoma. Yali chifu magistrate kuingira musiko ne bawe onaba jamusi because they created the constituency for themselves nankabiro bagikolera abadde bikolera mwaka no mutu gweno ya ineki sajja kine ekyakubyomo nja kuba nankabiro ajja kumpulira ajja kukisera ndalinga gyekita naye nkugamba the only organizations that were set up dealt with the welfare of members, like the Luweero Veterans Association, the Luweero Transporters. I think this situation alarmed some of the veterans, especially those who were educated in Kamanya Mushega, to provoke the president into battle. The original provocation was not negative, but attracted the president's attention, notifying him of how they have been pushed out. This secretary is why the formation of out of his Kemarwa group in Ali by former Igigi Agustino Rizinana demanded by people like Mateo Charigonza demands arguments that NRM had deviated from its original goals. Battle and Komuru Ababe. That's why the battle originates inside the NRM. Tinyefunza. A man with the master's degree, first class. Ntalia Ido. Charigonza. Ntalia Ido. Goldie. Why? Because an idle mind
is a devil's workshop.
Yes. These people, Museveni, Yareta, Alex Okumbi, Yamujagit, Batedi wa Musibani, Wadu Musajari Mugisu, Bariba Muitani, Yeriminsa animal husband. Now you get a Tibaba Dent in Lebamugova. Got that time corruption, Yariam, Gatayogerwa. Even if Museveni had established the other thing you've been talking about, still those people would not be deployed. Because if the Tinyefunzas have master's degrees, even if he had recruited his own. Tinyefunza, Yarimu Maji, Yasoma, Kachenko Borira, Omanye Chitawanya judiciary. Do you know why Chisache is bitter? Chisache is more senior than all of those people. On the panel, Chisache joined, became a Supreme Judge, a Supreme Court Judge in 2009. They sat exams where Chisache defeated them. Some of the people who were appointed, Chief Justice Watt, had registered the poor marks.
Poor results.
Poor results. It applies to Bagemeire. Bagemeire also defeated these people 85%. She got 85%. Kisache got 85%. How can you get a man who got 50?
To be the Chief Justice?
Yes, they don't know.
But he's appointed by your boss. The mistake was done by your boss.
Don't subject me to mental work.
I see.
You just say, it's rotation. We want this the Chief Justice to come from this region.
I see.
But you cannot keep me in the judiciary under somebody I've defeated. That's why I told them I will not work in the president's office because it's Tumwebas and the others and Nakarema who have forced me out of the state house. I think be mindful of people's sentiments. Mumura was Singam. Achogera ko si achireta singa crisis ye Tanzania yabadde wano oyo mukazi yali the second year did but for excuses obusibu that the Chama cha Mapinduzi, do you think that woman can stand and win in Tanzania?
Simanyi
the Zanzibar, a woman in Tanzania. But these people know by the time they have election in Tanzania, Chama cha Mapinduzi will not sponsor her.
I see.
That woman cannot even give way to somebody Songo candidate whom Chama will sponsor to complete this years.
So Mzee, you're trying to tell me what is embedded in the judiciary fight is a result of seniorities in what?
Yes. Kisache is more senior. They sat exams. Kisache defeated them.
And who recommended the appointment of someone with the lower marks?
Nabo manyini Bagemere yabakuba 85%. No one ne bamuleta. Mukbe mbabye. Ebyo temubikola. Bwe mutegeera nti obwe Chief Justice wagenda mu Northern Uganda. Why do you tell Kisache to sit exams?
Mutike we mpoli ndala.
Kisache twali mujjeewo nitumutwala mu court of chi kuba politics wamu siwa merit
polida
your politics is not merit your politics is regional balancing kakati Kisache tayinza kukkiriza owonye ddolo bwe yawangula mu examuzi bazimuwa
ani abalondo bateka kakiika akamu
service commission emala bakozesa bigezo neweereza amanyi wa president Kisache yabakuba bonna.
Lwaki ate Museveni yamulonda
kumusango gwato gikwatako n'abawa ngaloza n'abeera first female Chief Justice nannyini buyinza gwe bakubye mutuyita bakuzannya nti you can humiliate me that a man like me president ansindike mu president's office nga ndi andaani tumwe bane muta bane mwaso omutwe tumwe nekagamba mumuteka mukate kuleta fura musala muka haikali njo kutagwe kasojja gwe todanga mukundereka nje bashi ngoli wakajiji weba. You cannot humiliate me. Do you know what these people do? In India, Rajiv Gandhi married an Italian girl. She found in I think Oxford. When Rajiv Gandhi died, these people believed that they what Gandhi could get them votes, and his widow Sonia Gandhi, an Italian, became the chairperson of the Congress party. Some people left. Why? They thought that they would give this woman was only chairman, head, but her son was going to stand. Removing her, a question arose. This is an Italian who was married to Rajiv Gandhi. Sonia Gandhi is an Italian. Her parents are there. But because these people are mature, they did not harass the widow. She had adopted to Indian citizenship. This how things people, senior, mature people do things. Do you believe that Biden didn't want to become a president?
I don't know.
Biden wanted to become a president. Why didn't he state it that I don't want to become a president of the United States? Cheney said it when Bush Sr. convinced Dick Cheney to become the vice president of the United States. Cheney made it clear, I don't want to become the president of the United States. I'm comfortable. But the argument was the Democratic Party had brought a black with Islamic connections. They thought that they would also make it for a woman. That's why Bill Clinton came.
Clinton, his wife, Eli.
Yes. But after they knew, because they are not like Africans, they knew that after 4 years, Trump would be undermined. Because both parties did not have, the Republican Party brought a questionable character called Trump. These people gambled on a woman. They gambled on a woman. This woman had at one time competed with Obama. I don't know who convinced her to become Obama's secretary. But she was at one time a racist, talking about why are you still in the race? Because Kennedy was assassinated. This man would be, but because for them, she was Clinton, Hillary, was already in trousers. Her dividers told her, you are not a man. So therefore, what do these people do? That they sit, is like a Muganda with his wife, a Muganda couple. When you find the Baganda fighting, they cease the fighting immediately.
Yes.
Welcome here. When you leave, then
fighting.
They fight.
I see.
And when you hear that somebody has killed his wife, or the wife has killed the man, you will say, never says I found them exchanging smiles. No.
There's no one who could kill another.
Uganda couple seizes fire. You cannot even know that they are fighting.
But do you know, you are the only Muganda who doesn't seize fire?
Me?
I don't know which kind of Muganda you are. You don't
marriage.
seize fire.
About marriage. Therefore, what we want in this country now, people who can make
mature politics,
mature decisions. That I've been saying that all of the problems we are going through in Uganda originate from Museveni's palace.
Of course, you said that.
Yeah.
You even wrote a book.
This book. I'm talking about Museveni's palace. I say that another mistake Museveni made was to allow money politics. How did money politics come about? Money politics started in the CA elections. It would have been clear making a constitution would be a preserve of lawyers.
I see.
But these people knew that even the peasants, they made it as if it was an ordinary parliament. This is why those who went to the CA, apart from George Kanyahamba, Joseph Mlenga, and a few lawyers, the rest went on multi-party and the federal. When you look at the people who shaped the constitution, George Kanyahamba invited me to attend his Bunkulochi. Yes. And he says, yes. So therefore, in absence of a clear definition, if you want a person who is going to head a hospital, you must look for medical doctors. If you want a headmaster of a particular school, you construct buildings, you want a particular school, you look for those who are teachers, who qualify to be headmasters. The problem we do in Africa is that the politics we think is general paper. Parliament is general paper. Parliament is not your kulambala. Whenever we have elections, I tell these people, my villagers, the peasants, that there is a book called the Hansard. Hansard would be produced in all languages because the Hansard captures the contribution of all MPs. We have MPs who have never made their maiden speeches in 10 years. They bounce back. They bounce back. Why? They buy booze. They attend the burials. They they say we are going to construct. How can you construct roads when you don't have a budget? I see. There is no constituency fund. This question we are grappling with of money politics originated from I say the introduction of the elections in a country where voters do not choose leaders based on competence, but who have money, raises valid concerns. Unfortunately, for the veterans, those who came from Luwero, those who fought with Museveni, whether educated or not, they had no money to bribe voters. This is where the revolution was hijacked, partly hijacked. Abava munsi kote balina sente kitufu bali eyo tebalina oka sente tebasobola kwesimbawo to preserve and the government and Museveni did not provide for them a safeguard nti at least this percentage of parliament should come from the fighters. Nika kubuzi tebuli sibunafu bwabwe is indeed their weakness. Did not in gundi waliwo munagana bamuleta wa the brute Ghanaian here to raise their constitution. You are proposing a change better the National Council of State, which could override the parliament. Because NRM fears to have a Senate. Tanzania has a Senate, has the Zambia parliament, has the mainland parliament, has the union government parliament. Federal is expensive. Rwanda has a Senate. All of our member states, Kenya has a Senate. Why don't we have a Senate in Uganda? The reason is decisions, parliamentary decisions are passed by after being paid the money. You hear these MPs talking nonsense about the 400 billion. These people wanted to buy a pipeline. You know what it means? Tomorrow you will see the same parliament shamelessly passing the same money. What they want, they are staking a fake opposition to get money from the Ministry of Finance. Once they are bribed, they have raised their stake. I can assure you, there is no parliament of Uganda that can reject that pipeline money. No. So you're trying to tell me Boba wakanye ekintu nga balinda kufuna kasamala okufuna nga kiyita when you hear a man quarreling his wife after midnight, then something wrong is happening. The speaker has failed to call the parliament. There is no quorum. But immediately they wake up with their children, they alert everybody. Once the man overpowers the wife, you hear funny noise. Then it changes from quarreling to funny noise. To funny laughter. This is what the parliament of Uganda operates. I can assure you, the pipeline money, the 400 billion, they can even add on What the MPs are opposed to, they wanted to oppose. I told you that in my culture, when I'm marrying a wife, when I'm bringing a wife for the first time, my grandfather will step in the middle of the door. Because as a musical, Jaja wangampita mwami. Kakati, my Jaja, my the woman who produces my mother, my
grandmother,
steps in the middle of the door. And is blocking her co-wife until I give her money. In Uganda also, the children of our sisters, Abajwa, when they are taking the corpus of my mother, for instance, if my mother dies, I don't wish her death. The Bazukulu, those who come from her daughters, will capture the corpus, the coffin, as if they are taking it for the burial place. They meander and take it somewhere else until they are paid the money.
I see.
Yes.
What is the money? What's the hidden meaning of that?
I can assure you, this 400 billion for the pipeline, they will even come for more. Because who owns this pipeline? And for me, because we are trapped. This is what the mafias do. The Tanzanians have completed their side because Tanzania has no private land. Tanzanians know that having a pipeline is a constant revenue to them. But we shall have a time when we are paying for an empty pipeline, because on our side, where the pipeline is going to go through, the civils have already bought to that land there, including the judges.
They want to be compensated. Are you serious?
But for me, if it is going to last 100 years, these are peanuts. When I'm bringing, pay them. Pay them. 4 billion. So if we can make, the only problem I have is that they can even use a fake company. Never call a pipeline yakire. That's why as long as they use standards to construct a pipeline, that's not my problem. We have spent money on non-existing things. They have stolen the money here and there, and the Europeans are busy grabbing it. As I speak today, these people cannot access their assets in Europe, abroad, in China, in war. Since Abazungu, that's why the Bazungu do. You, as long as when you are still in the good books of the Bazungu, you can buy assets there, but they don't follow up with you. I have heard, authoritatively heard, that Biden has directed, even the Chinese were here. The Commonwealth group was recently here. Me, I know why they are here. European Union was here. Me, I know. The leader, one of the leaders of the Communist Party in China, told the government, for us, don't expect us to intervene. We lent money to the Ugandan government, not to individuals. So whatever happens in Uganda, in any change, Bobi Wine will be able to pay us. Are we not paying the debts accumulated by Idi Amin?
Of course we are.
Why do they say that they have cancelled the debts? Yes. After paying the interest, the what, and they say, Katuga Saziza. This is what the Bazungu do. Every Mobutu invested in France, Belgium, and America. When he fell, they grabbed his assets. The same Kabila did.
I hear there were a lot of investments with even Gaddafi, and the Libyans were not benefiting. I think it is only Museveni who has not invested there. Because if Museveni had invested there, Mugabe invested in Hong Kong, in Scotland, everywhere. Immediately you follow the grab the property, even your children cannot access it. So this is what the Bazungu do. Because the Bazungu don't go
they don't want to have an anti-American sentiment in Uganda. They detect you. When they detect you that you are going to fall, then they become hostile to you.
I see.
Kakati nkugamba. This is when people, chenkugamba sente zakola ki zajja. Kakati Museveni afune ekizibu kya mukoddomi we. Emergence of the mafia gang. His son-in-law Lwabogo thought that he will become president of Uganda. I wrote my book, Uganda in my vernacular. Omukolo w'embaawo ng'asanyawo bwakabaka bwa Musanje. I predicted this.
Of course, I remember. You wrote it when? You wrote it some time back.
About 5 years, 10 years ago. I said, once upon a time, there was a kingdom called Ugenya. I was referring to Uganda. The king of that Ugenya kingdom was Musanje. You can now understand what my book was about. I said that Musanje had his woman, Navagereka, called Jaria. Jaria convinced one of his sons-in-law that will become president. When he was not Emurangira, he lacked royal blood. But Lwembao Lwangula believed that he could succeed Musanje when he lacked royal blood. I knew what I was writing about. Then I said that in his pursuit to become the king, he started antagonizing everybody in the Ruviri State House until he landed on a man called Mirandira. I was referring to myself. I only changed myself from Mirundi to Mirandira. That Mirandira was a singer who used to entertain the king, who used to entertain Musanje. I also said that King Musanje had a son called Mukenzi. That Mukenzi meant to look far, ukukenga. You can now understand the character I referred to
in that book
as Mukenzi in that book. I also said that Lwembao in the pursuance, Lwembao you can now know whom I was writing about.
Of course. 5
years ago, the character I called Lwembao.
I see.
I said that Lwembao organized a group of hooligans. One was called Kobusego. Kobusego means one who feeds people with the poison.
I see.
Kobusego. If now you understand Kobusego, can't you understand the Kobusego?
Of course we do.
Can't you understand the Kobusego?
We do.
I said also he recruited, Lwembao recruited another notorious fellow called Kajiko, the spoon. Don't you understand the Kajiko?
Of course we know.
Kajiko, you don't understand the Kajiko. Then I said, he also recruited another character, a deadly character called Sungula. Sungula got his name because his head was like that of a cat, into a pussy. Into a kafana pussy, katungule pussy, kaleba ne pussy. Baka yonde State House seguro. Ngenda kubira akatambi. Baka yonde ne bakayula. Ngakanyumiza munne wako. I said there was Kajiko, there was Kobusego, who was using his newspaper to undermine everybody. I said there was Kajiko, a notorious thief. Even his grandfather was a thief. When he died, people fought to take, to steal. People used to steal soil from him to produce it, notorious thieves. I said.
And then you mentioned the Songula.
I said that as the Musanje's palace was confused, as Lwembao was trying to usurp the powers of Musanje with the backing of her mother-in-law, then a neighboring country called Bugatanza was preparing for attack. When the information reached Musanje that Bugatanza was going to attack his kingdom, he summoned the elders. Invited the elders. Many of them did not turn up. This is when he started asking names. Where is Mirandira? Where is this man called Mirandira? Mirandira used to entertain me in such a they told him that Lwembawo had already sacked him. Every general, this man, Musajja, was asking, where is Mbabazi? Mbabazi had already left. Where is Kayihura? Lwembawo had already chased him. Where is Mirundi? Lwembawo had already chased him. Everybody. Then Musanje sat with his son, Mukenzi. Then what should we do? Mukenzi gave his father Musanje advice, according to my book, which I wrote 5 years ago. And the translation in English. I say that the two of them sat in Nsisira, in your heart. And Mukenzi told his father that human beings are human beings. If we want these people to come back, we must arrest Lwembawo. Do you give me orders to arrest Lwembawo? Musanje agreed. You can arrest Lwembawo. Lwembawo was arrested. Sungura was arrested. Kajiko was arrested. Kobishek was arrested. And other people. They were tied because there was no transport at that time. They were Fulogo marched through the Ugenya capital city called Kampalabanya, because it was a mountainous city. Kampalabanya. Kampalabanya means moving very fast. And they were detained at Luzinga. There was a notorious prison called Luzinga prison. This was my hate. I identified this problem a long time ago. What are we doing? What am I saying now? That after arresting Lwembawo's hooligans, the population and the Fulogo marching them from Kampalabanya capital, people came up and said, Mukenzi abewo, Mukenzi abewo, Mukenzi akolede omulimo. And with this open support, they demonstrated the support. Ugatanze did not attack, because the moment they arrested Lwembawo and his notorious group that had done inflicted injuries on the population of Ugenya Kingdom, people came up in large numbers, and this support, open support, intimidated, overwhelmed the people of Ugatanza. What are we seeing now?
We are seeing.
Well, I wrote here. I said, me, when we were joking with the Mirundi, joke with somebody else. I said the emergency. I said, with the veterans and historicals scattered and demolished, Museveni missed an opportunity to build a political party for Uganda, completely unique from the traditional ones, DP and UPC. Museveni instead maintained the old parties that he thought were politically harmless and posed no threat to him. This led to the emergence of the mafia gang. I pointed out that in one of my books, that following the 2001 elections, a group of arrogant youth emerged, led by one of Museveni's in-laws. This is the group I was writing about. The Lwembawos, the Kobishekos, the Kajikos, the Ndweye Pussies. I wrote it here. Museveni failed to tame this group, led by one of his in-laws, Lwabwogo. Although I did not mention his name, it was Lwabwogo.
I see.
Lwabwogo wanted the power. I say, this group created, led by Lwabwogo, one of Museveni's in-laws, created a government within a government, a subterfuge. This group soon became the gateway to the state, and they established a mafia-style network within the government. There's something which they called they call it what? Fellowship. the fellowship. It was who is who. It was a group of thieves, the mafias. I say, they established a mafia cell network within the government with their influence and the they have successfully taken over the entire government. The way this group conducts itself is very alarming. By the time I wrote, they go by the principles. You are either with us or with them. They also believe that they can use Lieutenant Colonel Nakalima's office. No, Nakalima, who feel it. Nakalima's role was to target people like Nassali and others to grab their office. I can give evidence against when Nakalima was deceiving. The president has known about it. What would need to do quarter of Josenshi to Batwali Mubala Tabika to Bagalidemu, another to our danger, Babakoleko factorization. Oh, you know, I can Nakalima, a Konomukazua society, a carbon of a molly, or by talking by Josenshi. By Jacobayo, la, Babateka Mubala Tabika, Gababa danger of Babakoleko factorization. Waba Kasiman, what you know, abakazi batuyoza abakazi bweba fuwa mu chupa bweba nyala mu chupa batumalishulira ne bujuba Nakalima najoga abantu ne yebamba nakola ati mole nakwate meri y'abantu nti ayinayo hotel. Even if you attack my son, whoever I say woman who gave you money on my phone, I've already the conversations. Even those women who participated naba mwenja pata nama jinja gaba malamu ebanja lyo mwenge ligwa na mwenge abakazi bano nja baraka ko ate bagenda kunkola ki. They failed to poison me when I was in state house. Kamba be umanyi babadde balina strategy tomukange akiru muteyo omunzi tebana namwinje kutaba mwe nembuto nziwonulemu mwe kane wasana defeat me on which kulafu mwe mumanyi mwe you get to cheat. Kakati nkugamba nti omukodomi wa Museveni lwaboko yakolawo group ye neyingira mu buli kya government kyonna as you hear nga bamubuulirira counseling him. Museveni yabadde amuyodde. That's why I tell you, me I trust the president. You will get the first tape where he was talking arrogantly and you will pick parts where he's humbled. Ejogolion nongoli batuteka amwenda Museveni yeyodeka amwenda kadusemi shin okafulime state town ngentweyo nokajidu. Museveni is tough because they don't know Museveni must create a conducive alias resources nabaga nti Museveni ajja kuzawe gwanga li. Do you see demonstrations? Do you see Bobi Wine hitting headlines? What Museveni is lacking is how to solve public problems. Nti mukodomiwe na wamba wido, mukodomiwe na wamba taxi, mukodomiwe buli wamu wonna bwali. But the way as humbled him, the stomach worms have been ejected from the stomach. Museveni agenda tugenda kufuna a peaceful. You will hear him being humbled. I see. Nkugamba. However, this group I pointed out nti Nakalimane group ye temuli tuwangula. Watch. Oyo male mukuba mwana wange sente balikireti yanjira ku video kwemuli n'abaana bamwe bagenda instead of going to school to inspect to see omwana wange bwafana bamwinja batta mbalageko omwesana tosobola kumpangula ku ddogo eryange liri waka. I'm the source. I'm the chief priest. Kamba be kino kisajja bakinonye bakitte nkugamba. However, this group will never succeed. One group cannot be allowed by the population to usurp their franchise power, whether by force, coercion, or bribery. Furthermore, many members of the mafia group are not popular. Ideology. Can he address it? I give you 50 million. Wait. Sente so you know in a perfume way. Can it up ideology group? So whatever no Trumbulan Makutia sent back to humble you. Mununa Kumunda Bademas Bamukuinga Sesala be a woman. Ugamba. They will obviously spark of a nationwide disease and it could lead to a revolution. Omukaba tagenda kuleta revolution. Mubekadaga mumujjewo. Nakabirwa kubekadaga. Mutujoge, mutunye ku mitwe. Fa abayina abantu kumugwanye kuigwafe capital yafu. Ate okujja kongo agitutte embalala analagawa. Capital yafu. Ojoza abantu obagobye mu butale. Oyo omukazi Kisaka akolera ono muvubuka. Agobye mu wino. That's a good direction. Chino mutwe ku kiringo ebafu. Tichimanyi. How would you disorganize the markets? How would you organize taxes? This woman, Museveni should sack, transfer that woman. Instead of being executive director, Kisaka should be in charge of toilets. She's a toilet. She is unfit to be a director.
Are you serious?
Yes, because they don't have political orientation. If you know that there is a hyena outside, can you throw there your baby? That's why the Baganda say the nice word that keeps the hyena waiting. Mwana kwa mkabila ngenda kukanyuka empisi kulie. Empisi keeps waiting. Why do you attack borders? Why do you attack that in order every taxi will pay a gun? Mukazi gwe wepanke ku taxi. Mukazi gwe bakuzeyo je wava kusekozerie. Omutwe gwe tukuli makezi. You have an empty head. Nti bali taxi the same twale kinana gendo sabe nyoko. This woman Kisaka is like Kisaka is a bush, an empty bush.
I see.
You once inside. Nti ninaka mwenye 10 ngwe milioni 8 nyoko yampona sente zazigula tole yintwe ye gwokola olugudu
baziga zina kuwameka
ba uyo mukazi yetaga banaduka omutwegwe is unfit to be in charge of the city. Is worse than Musizi primitive. I don't know where he went to school. Yes, kubanga we are trying.
Moine empise ebweru ebalindiridde basuze ekintu
mukazi kwe Kisaka gendo
ata inciting abantu
mukazi kwe gendo sabenyo gendo saba malalo ga kitawo omanye emitwale kinani kikitegeeza when I have kamunye 10 nkwe milioni 8 kwaze nkolera gwe nali akawo mu mere kwe Kisaka gwenga nsoma. These are idiots who are inciting the population. We shall pressurize Museveni. Ngoyo omukozi n'omutwe gwa mujjewo. Remove the idiot.
Wabwera mwina Bobi Wine ayagala kuteekawo obujagalalo. Atoddira abantu batandika.
Kikuba abantu mbutale kikuba n'omuntu gw'omunne gukiringa eng'ombe. Her head is comparable to a drum. I'll continue hitting at you. Yes, because they cannot address rallies. In fact, I want to write to the president to give him funding to traverse Uganda. We must talk to these people. We must get money to talk to these people. Yes.
How are you supposed to talk?
Bent way. But Bama I can create a situation. Because no moto gwacho. But it's so like from Kampala. The chicken Bama Jama food rotten. No children no moto gwacho.
Stinking eggs.
Yes. Is being used by this group. Ngugamba. However, the recent kakati na kugamba, this is where we are. And when you hear the first recording, Wabo, the Museveni Zimuko, is targeting people, is talking arrogantly, as if he's in charge of the government. When the president heard this recorded tape, Wabo went into the toilet. This is what I'm telling you. Museveni cannot surrender anybody. By the time Museveni went to the bush, these people were not there. But were scavengers. And that's what I tell the president always. That it is not easy for an African leader to detain power when the family expands. Uyumwana babadiba mutia. Luwabogo babadiba mutia. Na joga abantu. Natunya kumitwe. Natunyalako. Nakola mutia. Abaja kuta. Every time when Wabogo wants to intimidate you, Mama, if it is Nazara where we bought from supermarkets, where are we metallic? Mirundi is a result of a sex act between Mirundi and his wife. To me is a kunjoga, Nagano kunjoga. To me is a kunjoga from State House. Ngamujogan. Nabarabawan, Gabainiga, Mama Janachi. Therefore, what do we learn from this? Museveni is in charge of this country. and Museveni will continue to be in charge.
But Mzee, how is he in charge when all these things are happening?
Which one?
It looks like his power was usurped by people in the palace.
I want to tell you, once Luabogo has been humbled, the moment Luabogo has been humbled, as you hear him shaking, trembling, asking people, the person he calls a drunkard, asking people, he even admits that he's mentally sick. You play his tape, the two tapes, and see how powerful Museveni is. Did this man go to the bush? If Museveni can hand a lion, what about the rabbit? Museveni can put people like Tinyefunza to trial. He can put people like
Kayihura.
Can put people like this man,
Chitata,
Tumukunde, and others on trial. What about Luabogo? What did Luabogo? Did you know Luabogo's father and mother? What was their contribution in the way? So this young man, the moment he has been decisively humiliated, running for safety, you will hear him. The situation has been solved.
But will there be a restoration of what he has destroyed?